Hey there, welcome back for another random productivity rant. I've talked about this a little bit before in the past, but I want to touch on it again today in its own special video. Let's talk about meetings, okay? If you work in an office, or you work by yourself, or you are a stay-at-home parent and your kids have school and responsibilities, you're gonna have meetings. You're gonna have things that pop up that you have to take care of at a certain time on a certain day. It just happens. It's really, really logical to put meetings on a calendar and leave it there. If you check your calendar every day, if it's in front of you all the time, if you live and die by the calendar, that might be okay. I'm not going to say that it's a wrong system. But if you are someone who has a to-do list, whether it's in your device or it's on paper, there's going to be some conflict that happens here. Part of it has to do with this idea I've talked about before, where you look at your day, you look at the tasks you have for the day, and you do the math on how long it's going to take you to do all of them on that day. That only works if you also take into account the meetings you have for that day and the time it will take for those meetings. Because it's all finite time, right? We have 3 limited resources in our lives: time, energy, and money, and we have to manage them appropriately. So if you look at a to-do list and you say, oh, I'm going to work 9 hours tomorrow. I have 9 hours worth of tasks. Perfect. But then you get to that day and a reminder pops up that in 15 minutes, you're going to be meeting with a client from 3 to 3:30. Well, you've just lost a half an hour that you thought you had for doing tasks. So what I've done over the years is it takes more time. This takes more effort, and it feels repetitive. I will put it on my calendar, yes, but I will also put that exact same meeting with the same details, the time, who I'm meeting with, into my to-do list, file it on the day that the meeting takes place, and classify it as a meeting, just in case I ever want to filter through to see how many meetings I have coming up and how long that meeting will take, from 3 to 4. It's an hour-long meeting. So when I put it on the list, that's not a negotiable task. I can't move that one around based on how busy I am, but I can move others around. So if it has to go onto a day where I already have 9 hours worth of work on the list, I have to take another hour task and move it out. Maybe move it a bit earlier or do it later. That way, I have treated these meetings as things that I have to do, tasks on a list. And yes, I'm letting my calendar manage some of the responsibility by reminding me and keeping it on a schedule that others can see. But I'm letting the to-do list treat the meeting as yet one more thing that I have to accomplish at a specific time, and then allow for that to happen. Again, it goes back to this idea of setting yourself up for success rather than failure. If you show up that day, you think you got the perfect day mapped out, and then you realize you have 3 client meetings, or you have 3 department meetings, or there's a Zoom call in the morning and then another one in the afternoon. Maybe that means that now you have to shower and get dressed earlier than you thought you did. Oh, now my workout has to go to a different part of the day, whatever it might be. Like, these things, when you see them in context, it helps you plan better. And so, yes, put it on your calendar, but also put it on your to-do list. Write it on the same slip of paper that the rest of that day's tasks are on, so that you can see all of it together. It's still something you have to do. So treat it like a task and put it on there. And that, I think, can help you continue to aim for those days where you're less frustrated. You have a better chance of succeeding at getting everything done. The good news about meetings is that they're really easy to check off. Show up, sit through them, talk, and then when they're done, you can check them off the list. They don't require a ton of hard work. So that is my recommendation today. If you've got meetings that are coming up, yes, put them on your calendar, but also put them on your to-do list. You will thank me later. And that's it for today. Thanks.